I feel like we can't discuss Kiss without talking about what they have turned into over the years.
Oh my
They're
God.
not a band anymore.
They are a
They
brand,
are a
not a band.
brand. They are. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
I think that it's great. Now, they do have some things out there that are a little out there. I believe for a while they were selling air guitar strings, which was just an empty bag. It's a little gag thing. They also had the iconic Kiss coffin.
So you can die a Kiss fan.
Dimebag Darrell from Pantera is buried in that coffin. So there's a person for all of it, but it's just got a little much for me. I think that, and I see Metallica going down that same path now.
Yeah.
But, and I'm fine with this current lineup of Kiss,
I agree.
current and most likely final. But then again, when Kiss has a farewell tour, is it ever actually the farewell tour?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that they've said in the past, either Paul Stanley or Gene Simmons had mentioned, yeah, the band could go on without us, just have someone else throw on the makeup.
I think Paul said that, but he's the one who created the makeup.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I wouldn't be surprised if 10 years from now they sign off on the rights and just be like, hey, get two guys that sound like us, go out there and just put on the same show.
All four, actually, if you think of it. And you know what?
I mean, yeah.
Well, you know what? Here's what I say. Just as a big Kiss fan, not only do you get the Star Child and the Demon, but then you get the Spaceman, you get the Catman or the Cat, and then on top of that, you get Vinnie Vincent's character back in the mix
God.
as the Anka Warrior, and then you bring Eric Carr as the Fox back. There you go. You got like
just
six.
bring everyone back.
Just bring all the makeup back.
Yeah, I mean,
We're gonna look this
definitely doable. Like, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens.
Yeah, like just bring all six makeups back. Bring all six back as a new reinvented Kiss. Have two drummers on stage, and there you go. It's gonna happen.
The Ankh Warrior is definitely the worst makeup of the bunch.
I agree. Eric Carr's was
Never
really
liked.
good, but like I don't know. It's just questionable. Like Space Ace. Oh, I get cringe from that.
And that's another thing. The original lineup, they're talented.
Yeah.
They're not needed. Like, and I don't say that's any disrespect to Ace or Peter.
Yep.
There was nothing about the original songs or anything like from the original lineup of the band that can't be handled by someone else. Like, really, the big two, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. I mean, the two main voices of the band. Like, I couldn't picture Kiss without Gene Simmons. Like I said, I think it will happen. I think it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, give it like 5 years.
And this slightly off topic, but this could be a topic for a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
A lot of people in recent years have come after Gene Simmons about his comments about saying rock is dead.
Oh my God.
I don't necessarily disagree with him.
Okay.
I don't disagree with it because he's right. Rock in the mainstream, like it was in the 70s when Alive came out and Destroyer, and then even in like the 80s, it's not in the mainstream anymore. It's just not. And the stuff that is retreads of early to mid 2000s pop punk trends.
At the moment, yeah.
Like, we haven't seen a new, like, outside of like underground and less popular like metal genres that don't reach nearly the success. They still play just like clubs and small venues. We haven't seen a big rock band in years, like a true rock band. I mean, think about it. The biggest rock band to come out of the past decade has been Imagine Dragons. Now, no disrespect to them. Their first album was very good.
It was. Oh my God, you're right.
But just having to say that sentence, that's the biggest and most successful quote unquote rock band, pop rock band to come out of the past decade. You say what you want about Gene Simmons, but he's not wrong. Like there's definitely talented musicians out there. But in terms of rock in the mainstream, it's not even the most popular genre. According to Billboard, since 2017, R&B and hip hop has been the most popular genre in the US.
Yeah.
And then pop right behind it.
Yeah. I just not to like fully counteract your point, but I do see I've heard Gene Simmons plenty of times before. I've heard his comments. I've heard Angus Young talk about his comments too, believe it or not. And he's like, Brian Johnson was like, "Oh, never listen to a man wearing makeup," but whatever. He said it like that first. But it's funny. I was listening to just on a side note before we go back to Kiss for a second. Just on a side note, as rock and as a genre, apparently, and I don't know if you were aware of this, but in Europe, the health, if you will, of rock and roll all across Europe, in like Spain, in Italy, wherever, Germany,
doing much better.
It's extremely healthy. Like that is their go-to music. It's crazy.
Yep. I mean, you see just the videos of their music festivals. They're still their rock and metal music festivals, massive.
Huge, packed.
Like, but if we're talking like the US, rock's been dead for 10 years.
Yeah, it's since 21st Century Breakdown, man. It's been like ever since that we've been like, no, but I'm just kidding. But
pretty much ever since I left high school.
There you go. Since Imagine Dragons is back in business. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. But like we could talk about that. That could be a whole nother discussion. But like